Okay, welcome back. As you can see, I have a Rock Island 1911 on the bench. This is particularly a Rock Island Rock Ultra FS for full size combo 9mm 22 TCM. So this is a cool gun. So without further ado, I'll show the box real quick. Pretty basic Rock Island box, nothing really fancy. But biggest thing is with the Rock series, it comes, or well, at least with this series, it does come with a 9mm barrel that you can switch out with a spring to use with the 9mm. And then it comes with a lighter spring and the 22 TCM barrel. And that 22 TCM has a very light spring. The gun is unloaded. So, without further ado, as I said, this is from the Rock series. So this is my first Rock Island from the Rock series. That adds a lot of creature comforts and a lot of extra value. So I picked this up for right around the $600-ish mark, and I thought it was a pretty good deal because of obviously the conversion and all the other things you get. So biggest thing here is you do get 3 mags with it. I don't know what manufacturer of the mags they are. There's no markings on them that state what they are. They are a 10-round magazine with some witness holes on them, so you can kind of see your round count. One thing I will note, they're not like the best mags. I mean, look at, so like the follower in there, you can kind of maneuver around. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But I'll get into that a little bit more in the future here. So, it is a full-size government type 1911. But what else does it have? So one thing to note is it does have a flat here manufactured on the top of the slide, which I think looks nice. You get a fiber optic front sight, an LPA adjustable rear sight, which is pretty nicely made. You get a nice hammer here, skeletonized. Really nice. Other than that, I mean, the upper part of it is pretty much standard in other aspects. Get a nice little flared ejection, or oh my god, a flared ejection port here. You get ambi safeties, and these safeties are very crisp. They lock very good. They feel nice. The slide release, slide stop, pretty nicely machined, has some checkering on it, feels nice. Also, you do have a full-length guide rod factory with this. So that's a lot of the upper parts there. And in terms of serrations, you just get some straight, decently aggressive serrations on the slide on the back. Nothing on the front, but that's okay. When you work your way down here, you get a memory notch on the grip safety, extended beaver tail, so it fits in the hand very nice. You get some G10 grips that have a very aggressive, it's like a half, well, it's like a circle here at the back. It's more of a scallopy type design. You get a thumb cut out here. I really like these grips. They feel nice, nice construction. They're better than just your regular old plastic grips, that's for sure. trigger. You have a couple of squarish type cuts here, and you got some serrations, and it is adjustable as well. One other thing to note here is you do get some vertical serrations on the front strap here, and they do, I mean, you can feel them, but they really aren't, okay, they're not doing much. They didn't go around far enough. I mean, yeah, you can feel them, you can kind of get into them, but they're not overly impressive, but they are there. You do get a flared magwell. I have a Wilson Combat magwell, and this is really only my second magwell. And my Wilson Combat, it flares all the way at the back here, so you can get anywhere towards the back here and it'll send it in. This one's quite a bit smaller, but it is flared. And in terms of, oh my god, trying to the camera, inserting through the magazine, or through the magwell with the magazine, it does send it there. It could be a little bit wider, but not bad. It looks nice on the gun, so I'll give it that. You have nice checkering here on the mainspring housing, and of course it is a flat mainspring housing. Trigger pull, very nice. Very short reset, really nice trigger. You're going to have that on a 1911. Even the cheap ones I find have pretty nice feeling triggers, better than a lot of striker fired. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool things about this just feature wise in the Rock series that I do like, but what really drew me to it is this cartridge here. So this is the 22 TCM. It's a necked down, basically it's made out of a 223 brass that's chopped down, and they cram a 40 grain bullet in there. Now, I have had experience with a Ruger 5.7. I have since sold that pistol, but I did pick this guy up, and I will tell you that this is a lot more fun to shoot than the 5.7. It has a bigger fireball, has a little bit nicer feeling recoil, really just enjoyable to shoot, and actually this is substantially cheaper. I picked up a box at the gun store for $24.99 for 50 of them, so I didn't think that was too bad of a price. I look around on the internet, you could probably find better deals, obviously, but that was the price at the day at the time I got it. So definitely needed to have some ammo to shoot through it. Now, that being said, I really do, lost it. I really do enjoy this round. I think it's really cool. I like what the TCM idea with the micromag whole deal. I like their plan with it. Their execution on it could possibly be a little bit better. I think they did themselves a slight disservice because they offer it in a 9R subvariant, which really they just take this tip off so that way you can fit it into a standard 9mm mag space. So you'd fit it in like a Glock or something like that. Now, in a 1911, it's no concern. So obviously in this one, you can slam some 9mm through it and have a lot of versatility. So yes, if you don't want to shoot this all the time, obviously this is a 9mm 1911. You can get that cheap, good old, reliable 9mm. Now, I do like I said, where they're going with this. I think that if they would offer some of their cheaper lines too, and even just a 22 TCM, the biggest problem is that the 22 TCM is only really manufactured by Armscore, which is kind of a shame because you don't have a lot of variety. From the reviews I've seen on this, this little cartridge puts out a fair amount of energy, and it wouldn't be too bad for self-defense. It's a little hotter than, say, a 5.7, especially from a pistol. But it's, like I said, it's just a lot of fun. And it would be a viable self-defense round. I think the energy figures were around like 350, so that puts it right in line with the regular 45, but to get a little bit more capacity and whatnot. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So without that, moving on. Yeah, Rock Island, I think if they could get this, instead of being so proprietary, people would get more behind this. This is a fun pistol. I'm just going to say that again. In 9mm, it's great too. I do like that. I think that's really cool. It kind of gives you that feel of kind of like revolvers, how you have a couple different options of calibers, you know, just because of the lengths and stuff. The barrels are nicely manufactured. I'd say the feed ramp is a little scratchy, so I might polish that up. Just depends. See if I run into any issues. Now, I have shot this a couple times, couple sessions, and I can throw that footage in at the end of this video. But I do want to say that I did run into some issues where the bullet, this was in the first mag, and then after that, it really started getting a lot smoother. But I had a nosedive with the bullet head. It just sunk right. Grab the 9mm barrel to show, but it just wedged itself right here, and it didn't want to go up. And I don't know if that was part of the mag deal. Like I said, these mags aren't really the greatest. I didn't know if there was some type of issue there, but I had one issue in the first mag, and after that, I didn't really have an issue. So not really sure, but there is something to know. Now, these bottleneck cartridges are pretty well known for having some decent reliability. So we'll see in the future if there's any issues with that further along. But other than that, I did find it a very big pleasure to shoot. And it is, in terms of collecting 1911s and stuff, it is kind of an oddity, and it's kind of fun to be part of that oddity and enjoy it. The barrel's unique, has a different profile here. You can see that teeny tiny hole there, but it flares out here at the end, so you can see. And again, I mean, in terms of self-defense use, if you have weak hands or something, this thing, I mean, I could pull this back with my fingernail. It didn't really hurt. I guess I can't get that good of a grip, but I don't know. I have no problem sending this with my mom and feeling confident that she could cock this back. So that is another good point to mention. But yeah, I mean, 1911s by Rock Island, they're kind of hit or miss. Like I said, there's a little bit of wiggle here, so I don't think you're going to win any accuracy awards, especially compared to some higher level 1911s. But it is, like I said, its own kind of animal because of the flexibility that you get with the 9mm and the 22 TCM. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. If you shot these, do you find them fun? I, honest to God, find these a lot more fun than the 5.7, especially with the price point involved. They're about half the price. So you do get that kind of fun and excitement from it. And down the line, I know Rock Island, they put out a bolt action rifle in this, which would be probably a heck of a varmint round for taking out woodchucks and raccoons and stuff like that, depending on where you live, if you have issues with them. So I may look at getting something like that, but I think they're pretty rare to find, at least at dealers. Now, going online, you might be able to find them pretty easy. But, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I've had pretty decent luck, like I said, First mag, couple issues. 9mm shot perfect, no issues there. It was just the one first mag with the 22 TCM. But other than that, I mean, it's been really fun to shoot, and I would honestly recommend. Yeah. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll post long-term updates on this because this is kind of a unique thing in my collection. So we'll go from there. So, alrighty. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think.